Alright, hey guys! This is TsubakiSwagg, and I'm coming to you with my first impressions of a new show that just started. The first episode came out, I believe it was today, and it's called The Testament of the Sister New Devil. And this 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 show was pretty, like, it came off pretty strong, like on the literally like within the first 10 minutes. I, I was a little taken back by the graphicness of the show, but the show looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. But just like two of the main characters, two to like three main characters are demons, and Mio or Mayo, I'll say her name is Mayo, is like the demon lord's daughter, and Maria is pretty much like her assistant. And they try to take, like, we find out, like, I had absolutely it really threw me off, because I mean, I knew what the show was about, but it genuinely threw me off when, like, we see um Basara, his father says that he has a new wife, and there he's gonna have two new little sisters. And then he meets the sisters, and the sisters literally like are off the handle. Like, he wakes up and Mio is like hovering over him with her boobs like in his face. And then she finds like a game in his bed talking about um what he could do, like stepsister, what I did with my stepsister and unmarked lot, something like that. And then we see Maria, she's like in the kitchen cooking, and she's like trying to seduce Basara. And then Basara's dad leaves on a mission, like he has to go out overseas or something. So he goes back, like Basara goes back in the house, and Mio and Maria pretty much tell him that he needs to get out, and that they are demons, and that he pretty much that he just needs to leave. They're going to alter his memories. There was never a mother that was overseas, and that his father, like, they sent his father away, and that they're home, they're taking over that house to make it their base, and blah blah blah. And then we find out, like, I was like, wait a minute, what? Basara, it turns out that Basara is one of the heroes that they were talking about, that they said that are their enemies, blah blah blah. And then we find out, like after he kicks them out the house, we see like a backstory of Basara, like, because my first thought when I first saw, like, when they first showed them in this episode was, why do Basara and his dad have so many scars? That was literally the first thought that went through my mind, because, like, Basara's had scars all over his body. His father probably does too, but you can only see like one on or two on his face. And it's like, what do they do to have so many scars? And Basara looks like he's not even, like, he's just barely in ninth grade, and he has scars all over his body. And we find out that he's one of these heroes that are fighting all these demons, and he pretty much uses these powers to save himself from Maria, because Maria tries to attack him. And it literally threw me off. I really was not prepared in the slightest for what just happened. But we see, like, Basara, he protects himself and he sends them out, and then his dad calls him and tells him all the stuff, and he finds out that Mio was the daughter of the demon lord Wilbert, and Wilbert died a year prior, and he had sent his daughter away after she was born, so that way the evil demons that wanted war and hell to wreak havoc were going to try to kill her. So he sent her away, and then her parents got killed. So Basra's dad took them in because he wanted to watch over them and make sure that everything was okay, because Wilbert was actually trying to keep the peace, and he did keep the peace while he was like the demon lord. So now Basra had to go and save Mio, because Mio went to the spot that Basra saved her, like took her to, after he saved her from these dudes trying to hit on her and all this kind of stuff. So Mio does have like feelings towards Basra, not necessarily like love, but she genuinely felt happy being with them. And now that Basra came and he saved her from these demons that were trying to attack her, and now he showed her the picture of all of them that they had taken before Basra's dad left, and he was like, I came to get my family back. And then that was the end of the episode. I was like, wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, I was not prepared. was not ready. I was not prepared in the slightest, but this show looks like it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. So I'm so looking forward to seeing how things turn out with this show. But for those of you, if you have not seen the first episode, go watch it. It's actually pretty awesome. There are a lot of boobs and everything, which, I mean, I don't mind. But I would love to hear how you guys feel about the show. Like I said, it was pretty. They laid it on pretty thick. Laid it on pretty thick, like within the first 10 minutes. But other than that, the show looks actually pretty awesome. So, as always, I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How do you feel about the show as a whole? How do you think things are going to turn out with like Mio and Basara and Maria and everybody? But as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me out a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.